What's going on, brothers? What is going on? Welcome to the episode 8 of the official Passport Bro show. And it is now customary to sing the official Passport Bro show's anthem. We'd like to welcome you to everything there is to know. This is our life, this is our time. We're the Passport Bros. We'd like to welcome you to everything there is to know. This is our life, this is our time. We're the Passport Bros. We would like to welcome you to everything there is to know. This is our life, this is our time. We're the Passport Bro show. Let's get cracking, man. IP International Passport here with Mr. Theo Waff. What's going on, brothers? What's going on? Press it one in the live stream chat if y'all can hear me loud and clear. IP straight from the UK. Theo straight from the US. UK, US come together. We're like Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen for Chicago Bulls. Well, let's call it UK Bulls, huh? So that's a good name, man. Awesome. What's going on, brothers, man? So we here. First and foremost, is my audio good? It looks. Can you hear me loud and clear, Theo? Am I good?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, no
problem. Super. So, brothers, when you come in, please like the video. Of course, a few special announcements again. Please make sure you sign up to Theo's upcoming Manosphere Conclave Conference. If you want to have more information about that, reach out to me on Instagram, book your consultations with me, reach out to me on the Patreon. I'll give you all the details for that. It is going incredible. I have released 2 incredible videos on my Patreon in regards to Romania and Cyprus. And let me tell you, Phil, man, what goes on in Cyprus is crazy. Cyprus women are probably the most freakiest women in the whole of Europe. Brothers, you will not believe what I'm hearing about Cyprus women. So go and join the Patreon and check that out and be a lifetime member for more intel like that on the Patreon. Go on my calendar page right in the live stream chat right now and book a consultation with me. You can book an IT consultation with me. You can book a Passport Bros personal development meeting with me in regards to what perfume to wear, how to dress out there, how I do things out there. And IP don't cap. You've seen the videos, you've seen the girls I interviewed, right, Theo? The German girls, Japanese girls, they're all hot. So IP is putting in some dimes abroad. How does IP do it? Book your consultation with me on the Passport Bros development plan, or your IT consultation, or your travel consultation. Of course, throughout tonight, please hit the super chats, please hit the PayPal donation, show me some love. I've been doing this for over 5 years now, saving lives, and Theo's got a special announcement. We got a brother in the group who has got his first IT job, earning what, Theo? Earning what?
Oh, he's at $120,000 a year.
And that's his first IT job, no experience. Yep. Crazy.
That's right, no experience. So, guys, we got guys going out there who are doing the work, and they're able to get the jobs. And it's just a question of time before the student becomes a Passport Bro. I got another guy in Thailand right now. He's what we call as a Passport Bro initiate. I don't see him staying out there for a long period of time, but he's definitely out there. He's doing something. So there are guys who are now trying, and I got there's some other guys making 120, 130. They're starting wages. I'm going to be doing a big push this fall to get students in classes 2 and 4, 2, 3, and 4 into the workplace and get them to $120,000 to $150,000 a year. So this is what I'm going to be working on, guys. We're doing this for you, but we're also doing this for the movement, for the Passport Pro movement. We want you to be able to not do this like 1 week or 2 week thing, which is really destructive. We want you to be able to say, all right, I'm going to like Brazil 3 months or Colombia 3 months, or you're doing like Slovakia, 3 months to 6 months. And then you just go, you rent an apartment, you have your digital nomad visa, you just sit yourself up, go to the grocery store, buy some food, and that's it. You have a normal life, and you're saving a lot of money back in the States or back in the UK, while you are dating amazing women in the country where you're at. So that's what we want to see with you guys, and we're going to keep it working. We're going to keep it popping for you.
Absolutely, man. And brothers, please make sure you join my upcoming Python class. I'll be opening up registration in the first week of September with Theo's AWS classes and with my Python classes. You will become the ultimate passport bro without a single doubt.
Mm-hmm.
The skill set of Python
Mm-hmm.
applies very well in AWS, brothers. We're trying to set you brothers up for success. First IT job, 120K a year. That's wonderful, man. And we want to get a lot more brothers earning that money and becoming passport bros. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get straight into it. So, brothers, in this episode of the Passport Bros Show, we shall be speaking about something that's very important for brothers, and that's health. Right, the principle health is wealth is very important. If you ain't healthy, you ain't traveling, unfortunately. So please get your that's facts, Theo. So please let's take health very seriously. So Theo is here to give us some tips. I'm here to give you brothers some tips. So Theo, let's start with the physical, in terms of
Mm-hmm.
nutrients, vitamins, organic food, dietary. That's very important, brother. Brother, do you mind breaking down what your physical nutrients are and what you recommend brothers to take? Break it down for us, bro.
So for myself, I'm almost always on a keto diet or a Mediterranean diet. I flip between the two. It depends on what I need at the time. If I'm traveling, I usually have to go to Mediterranean for a while until I can secure enough protein and fat. But the big thing is, okay, first off is 100% of your food has to be organic. So that's like just right off the top. The second point is you do not eat sugar at all under any circumstance. No sugar. And then last one is no processed food. So no process, like basically, if it wasn't food 200 years ago, then don't eat it. That's the easiest way of dealing with it. So included with that is no bread. Some people really can't handle that, but do not do bread as well. If you're going to do it sparingly, and do it as early in the morning as possible. And then let me think. There's some other points on here. We can go into the next one, but I'm saying this is really where you're starting out. And then regarding supplements, I take 20,000 IU of vitamin D per day. Not everybody needs to do that, but there's a long story. We could talk about that as well. But I'm definitely vitamin D deficient, and most people who are Black and living north of Miami are vitamin D deficient because we're supposed to live south of Miami. So we never get enough sunlight during the day. It's almost impossible. So because of that, you need to be getting some vitamin D and then fish oil. So this is a good start. We can keep on going from here, but there's a lot of points to
Yes.
discuss.
And we're gonna break it down. We're gonna break it down. So, brother, not even you said don't eat bread, not even like wholemeal bread, wheat bread, brown bread. What's going on there,
No,
brother? Why? Why not?
that is basically sugar. That's it. It's just a carb source. Bread, if you're going to have a carb, the carbs you should do are oatmeal, oats, make sure it's organic, brown rice, and couscous. Those are edible. Those can go down. Your body can actually process it. Bread is basically a way to keep people sedentary and fat. That's it. And again, of course, you love bread. I mean, to think about it, in a sandwich, usually like a sandwich is 2/3 bread, right? What you actually need is the meat and cheese in the middle, not the bread part. It doesn't really give you that much nutrition. It's just carb, which is ultimately just sugar. So you want to avoid those whole wheat, rye. I love rye bread, just so you know. I love sourdough rye bread. I could eat that
Mm.
like all day long. But all that does is increases your insulin,
Oh,
and in your insulin increases, you can't lose weight, and it blocks your ability to actually burn fat. And when that happens, well, you only burning carbs, and that's when you start gaining weight because the excess carbs that your body has is converted into fat due to insulin. So you don't want to have high insulin at all. Um, Again, there's some more points on here. You need to be very serious about it, particular if when you're flying to another country or you're going to be in another country for a while. You need to be thinking about your diet and how you're going to eat when you arrive in the other country.
wow, incredible. So, can you break down, brother, your meal in the morning, your meal
Mm-hmm.
in the afternoon, and in the evening, particularly when you're building muscle and bulking? Because I do encourage brothers to hit the gym, get muscle, get bigger. And obviously, when you're
Mm-hmm.
bulking, you're eating a lot of food. You're eating, all sorts of food to give you that bulking mechanism, right? But we want to do healthy bulk. So can you break down, brother, how you put on weight and muscle, and what's your dietary routine in the morning, evening, and afternoon? What are you eating, brother? Break it down.
So my dietary is to lose fat and gain muscle. So I'm specifically doing keto for this. So mine, to believe it or not, it's actually rather surprising. So I usually my breakfast is at least 6 strips of bacon, really fatty bacon with one full avocado and 3 eggs. That's it. And then I drink it with herbal tea, or just water. That's it. It provides enough fat and protein for me to function. It has really good. Make sure your bacon is from a organic source, and your avocado and eggs are also organic. It gives me a lot of fat in the morning, gives me some protein, and allows me to function properly. So that's the first thing I do. Um, Within what I do after that is I usually have a power lift in the for my lunch. So I actually go to the gym or I go downstairs and I exercise there, and I exercise with a trainer. And so 1 hour powerlifting. After my power lift, I have a recovery. So I usually eat a half pound to a pound of turkey, ground turkey, with 1 bag of vegetables, non-starch vegetables. So I have usually like green peppers, broccoli, something exciting like that. Actually not that exciting. Some people have recommended zucchini, which I've done sometimes. Also, mango is useful. It's a little bit more carby, but mango goes down really well. And then if I'm still feeling hungry after that, I eat all of that food within a 4 hour window. If I want more food after that, 2 hours after that, then I go ahead and have a protein shake. But I eat all of my food within a 6 hour window. After that, I just drink water religiously.
Amazing. And what kind of water are you drinking? Is it the water that you buy from the stores, or the water where you actually have a water filter at home? You put it. Okay. Well, what is that? I see.
Yeah. This is Essentia. So this has a pH balance of 9.5. I do drink this quite heavily. You don't have to. I'm a little bougie, so you don't have to do this. Yeah, because this is like $2.50 for this bottle of water.
Damn.
So you really don't. This is actually is a bit overkill, but I love the taste of Essentia. So when I lose my weight the heaviest, and I'm really cracking down on insulin and carbs, and I'm just being like pedantic, I'm not cheating at all, then I usually drink 4 or 5 of these a day. So if you don't do this, other guys might look, I don't want to spend money like that. Okay, I got you. You can get a water filter, and it will actually make pH balance. It'll change the balance of your water at least to an 8, if not a 9. You want to get it higher. 9 to 9.5 is the best. And that what that does is it makes your body alkaline. And the more alkaline your body is, the more likely it's going to not only lose weight, but also, what do I say, fight off any kind of infection, particularly in inflammation. So inflammations are the death. You don't want to have inflammation. Actually, I had cancer before. And inflammation is something that the body just does not like at all. And you want to avoid it at all costs. So sugar feeds inflammation. So
Hmm.
do processed foods and carbs. So you want to make sure you don't have those. But fat, healthy fat, and protein do not promote inflammation inside the body, and that's where you're going to become healthier, stronger, and lose weight.
Brother, this is amazing. Okay, brother, this is amazing. So, whoa,
Mhm.
okay, whoa, oh, okay. This is good. This
Yeah,
is good.
you
Ooh,
got you got to be really careful about this stuff. What a lot of people do is they eat a lot of carbs, and so you need to have some sort of calorie counter when you actually start doing this process, and then you need to see how many carbs you're eating. I try for, I think it's 20 grams of carb per day, or 20 grams or less. Um, so a lot of people, they say like a low carb is 130 grams, which for me, it would be astronomical. And I would actually have an insulin shock over that, insulin spike over that. But if I keep it below 40, ideally 20, then without a doubt, I'm going to be losing weight. And that's what I always try to do. Now, if you're a smaller guy and it's harder for you to gain muscle. There are guys who are like that. Like for me to gain muscle and gain fat, I just have to think about it. Boom, 5 kilos are on. Right, I gain pretty quickly. It's kind of a curse because then it means I got a lot of fat. I got to work with the fat. If you have a hard time, then what you need to do is really emphasize your protein consumption. Like you need to eat protein to death, and you make sure that you have a very um, good source of protein, like Gold Standards or any kind of organic protein. Now, I just want to say this: I do use sometimes I use plant-based proteins, or they're not animal-based proteins, or a plant-based protein. My feeling on them is mixed because, again, look at the chat as I say this. Um, it's healthy, but it tastes like crap. So it's really hard to eat a plant-based protein. I'm just saying, it's like disgusting. So like if it's healthy but you don't want to eat it, then you're not going to really eat it, and so it really defeats the purpose. So you might want to mix a plant-based protein with like a whey protein or another kind of protein. The big thing is you need to look at the ingredients and look at the carbs in particular. Is it filled with sugar? Is it filled with a processed carb? Anything like that? If it is, to get rid of it. You need to have a clean protein source. That's really, really important to do.
brother. So, what are your thoughts about whey proteins? That's a sugar on there as well, and carbs. Do you take whey protein, brother? And is that healthy, or should we avoid that?
Sometimes, sometimes I do whey protein if I can get one that has like very low carb. So sometimes I do. Too bad I didn't bring any from downstairs, but I have some from downstairs. So
We can
wherever
wait.
you buy it from.
We
No,
can wait,
I'm not
bro.
going to go downstairs. No, it's we have a product. But basically, you need to go like into a health food store and just say, look, I want to have whey protein, and I want it to be easily processed by my body. I don't want to have a problem with my kidneys, and I know I have to drink it with a lot of water. And so, give me one that has like really low carb. And the other one that we really go back and forth on this. I hear what somebody's saying there. Whey isolate. That's correct. You have a whey isolate. Um, Creatine. Um, I've thought about using creatine. Sometimes I do use it, but basically my dietitian and both my trainers are against creatine, so I tend not to use it. I only use it every once in a while if I'm doing a really heavy, massive lift. So I lift. Sometimes I lift 3 plates, or if I'm doing leg press, if I'm doing an aggressive leg press, I can lift between 5 and 8 plates, which is huge. And afterwards, I might do creatine as a part of my recovery, but that's only in an exceptional case where I think I'm going to pass out. For the most part, just drink a lot of water and just take 40 grams of protein and call it a day, especially if it's your last meal. That's exactly what I do.
So, um, before I go on to vitamins and supplements, I think that's very important for brothers, particularly the risk that we have for certain diseases. Brother, so do you cook all this food yourself, or you got a chef, bro?
Yeah,
Because you got a
I,
chef.
I I cook all my food myself.
Damn.
100%. I refuse to eat out. Like I just don't do it. It's horrible. So again, I had cancer in the United States. I didn't have any health problems at all when I was in Japan, and I got back and I was eating all this GMO based crap food in America, and I got cancer right after that. And uh,
Oh,
once I got out of cancer, there was various methods that I had to actually get defeat cancer in America. But once I did that, I was like, I'm done. I'm never letting somebody make food for me, and I'm preparing all of the food myself. So, like the worst that I do, like what I consider to be a dirty cheat. You guys got to think this is funny. What I consider to be a dirty cheat is eating like a ham and turkey wheat bread sandwich and ice cream sandwich from 7-Eleven. It costs $7.50, and so if I really want like a big cheat, I have a sandwich from a convenience store. Like that's pretty clean, to be honest. I'm doing it right. So I don't eat like mac and cheese, even though I love it, and I'll eat like cauliflower and cheese if I can get a good source of cheese that's organic and done correctly, has the right fat. I'll do it. But to be honest, I don't really eat cheese that often. Um, I eat a lot of vegetables every day,
hmm.
and um, yeah, I make all my own food. I do not go out. I actually have to look at the ingredients first to see what I'm eating, and I look at the calorie count per I think per portion, and then for the entirety of like the bag or the container. And I just think like, do I really want this or not? Because is it going to be like, how much is it going to take for me to recover if I want to cheat? And for the most part, I don't cheat. I'm usually pretty good about it.
Incredible. Brother, I'll be real with you, right? Organic food, this is me speaking from my UK, from what I've seen in the UK, from what I bought before. These organic foods are expensive, bro. I remember I spent 1 week just buying organic food. My account just went from just dropped, brother. I'm like, this is this and the system is just disgusting, man. Like it's funny how the healthy foods that will prolong life and keep people brothers healthy are the ones that are most expensive, but the bad foods, the processed foods, are the ones that are very cheap. I mean, and that's how messed up the system is, bro. So,
Yeah.
brother, what's your advice, brother, for brothers who are like thinking, listen, man, I think I get you, bro, but right now, man, it's expensive to buy organic foods. What's your advice for that, brother?
I remind them that um, my cancer that I had, the treatment, the money that came out of my pocket, the wages lost, that cost me in a 4 month time period, I lost $40,000.
What?
And yeah, we don't have free healthcare like you guys do. We have to pay. And so my insurance provider didn't cover all the everything that I thought I needed, and so I had to pay out of pocket. So I actually, how long? I was paying hospital bills 3 years after I had cancer. I know you in the UK think that's crazy, but that's America, freedom. Ah, and that $40,000, like I was trying to save money, right? So between 2000, I got cancer originally in October 2010, and that was after being in America 6 months and eating American food for only 6 months. If I had just eaten organic food during that time period, it's unlikely that I would have gotten cancer. I would have had a smaller form of it. So, I mean, our organic food would have saved me $40,000. So even if my food costs doubled, I don't even care. Like, you guys got some lifters. I'm looking in the chat, and there's lifters on here. Okay, so I was at 3.5 plates before I had cancer. I was totally strong. I was buffed. I was like just a monster. And then but during that time, I wasn't eating protein. I was eating like GMO and food filled with crap in it. And after I got done with chemo and radiation and everything that was necessary for me to get off of cancer, recover from it, I went from 3.5 plates to barely being able to lift the bar.
Damn.
And I was screaming. I remember at the gym, like sometimes I was just screaming at the wall. And my trainer, he had a heart for me because he knew what I was going through, like how much pain I was in because I was so strong and suddenly I was so weak. And I'll never forget that. And I was like, I did that to myself. It was me. So why didn't I just keep on eating organic, right? I could have done, because I was in Japan, I ate nothing but organic. So why didn't I do it when I came here? And this is my own fault. So I was like, oh yeah, okay, I'll do organic. Like I'll go back. That's what I did.
Flipping heck, bruv. What the flips? So American food is that bad that you got
Yep.
that horrible disease, brother, after 6 months coming back to
6
America.
months.
That's
Yep.
crazy, bruv. What's going on?
Well, if you eat organic food for pretty much your whole life, and you're abroad, you're used to eating organic food. You don't eat anything processed. Then you go to America and eat stuff that's not food. Your body can't process it. It doesn't know what to do. And Japanese food is really pure, to be honest. And I was eating a lot of food from Japanese farmers, so it wasn't imported at all. So when I came back here and I was eating this other crap, right? Food that isn't food. Actually, my body didn't recognize it as food. Well, then it just put it into fat, and I started getting fat for the first time. And then also, there's poisons. Basically, there's inflammation, so that's sugar, and that is what like basically fermented and mutated inside my body and gave me cancer. There's some other things that went on too, but that's how I got cancer. So after I recovered, I took things very seriously. And one of the things that I did, the first thing, that's when I was 39. Actually, tell you the truth, I had cancer. This is when I made my plan to actually be successful in America, and like the whole work ethic and what I teach in the class actually came from this time period. But one of the big things I said was, all of my food will be cooked by myself. I do not eat out at all. I don't go to restaurants. I don't do anything except for special occasions. I make all of my own food. And the big thing in America is basically there's kind of an easy way of buying healthy food. Most American supermarkets have kind of like a C shape, and then they have food in the middle on shelves. The food in the middle and the shelves are deadly. That's your cancer area. But the food on the outskirt, that's where you have health, and you need to stay on the healthy areas. So you need to go, like, you basically buy your fruits and vegetables, organic meats. Don't go too crazy on cheese. I generally say, unless you want to bulk up. But for me, I'm not trying to bulk, so I don't do cheese. Then you can do bacon, especially if you're doing keto. Then you have, for example, frozen meat. Make sure it's organic, and then frozen vegetables. Make sure it also has an organic source. And then also you go to your farmer's market and you buy food directly from a farmer. Just pay cash for that, and go home, clean it up yourself, process it yourself, and cook it yourself, which you should be just fine. And you notice that I said all of that. I don't buy any bread. About the worst thing that I do, if I'm really pushing it, is brown rice, organic brown rice, and couscous. I'll eat that from time to time. That's about it.
Thank you, Theo, for that breakdown, man. Incredible. Brothers, can we please get the likes up, man? Like the video. We got over 80 people watching. Please like the video and send in some PayPal donations, send them some super chats. Bruv, you know, I've been streaming non-stop since in the last 2 weeks, man. Please support me. It's not easy. Support, brothers. Please support. That'd be greatly appreciated. Um, Awesome. So shout out to Mr. Joe for the $5 super chat. Thank you, Joe, for the support. Salute to you, Joe. I've been doing keto and low
Hmm.
calorie for a few months. The fat just fell off. Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's I need to go on this keto diet. But brother, I want to build muscle. I want to get bigger, um, tone, obviously have that mass as well, but I want to be healthy at the same time, bro. What's your advice to me, brother, in this bulking period, but still keeping healthy, brother?
Well, you need it's if you really want to bulk, then you need to get a lot of protein. So you want low carb, uh, kind of. That kind of goes back and forth. If you're gonna do a carb, then just make sure it's a healthy carb. But I would say like brown rice or blueberries, strawberries, or all organic, something like that. If you do it for your breakfast, then make sure you have an organic oatmeal or some kind of oats, and you put the berries inside. That's actually something I've seen used by a lot of Hollywood stars and other people who are professionals, and also in the gym you see it as well. So that's if you really want to bulk, you're really doing a lot of energy. If you're like me, you're trying to cut like all the time, then what you want is high fat of all things. If you're doing keto, and you want moderate protein, because if I get like 150 grams of protein per day, I'll still increase my muscle mass. So the rest of it should just be fat, and I want to have a very moderate, like almost zero level um, of carb. Now, again, as I'm looking at some people as I'm talking here, there are some guys who can actually like eat like cottage cheese and various other forms of cheese, and as long as it's organic, it's good. And they can gain weight for that. Also, for example, yogurt. A lot of power builders eat yogurt and cottage cheese. I see it all the time. I personally cannot eat that. I'll actually barf if I eat it. My body cannot process that. So it's just part of life. I can't do milk. I can do milk if I want to gain weight, but basically, if I eat a cow product, I will gain weight. So if I'm, for example, if I'm really exercising a lot, let's say I do 6 times in the gym for a minimum of 1 hour power lifts per week, and I'm being consistent, like doing like 15,000 steps per day, and my water, I'm doing at least 6 liters of water per day. So I'm pretty big. In that case, I'll probably allow an organic steak to come in once a week, and that's red meat, and it's good. It's definitely good for you, but I have to use it sparingly. Whereas other guys, if you're trying to bulk up, you should eat like organic um, hamburger more often. Like, and then you get organic hamburger and you just put it together with some vegetables, and it's great. What I do usually is, because hamburger usually is a little bit more acidic for me, it's not so good. I use turkey burger, organic turkey burger,
Hmm.
and that go for me. It goes down much better. It's just not as tasty, but it's for your body. It's an amazingly clean protein. So if you do like high fat in the morning and then high protein in the afternoon after a session, good. That really works well.
Amazing. Thank you, brother. Give me 1 second. Shout out to thank you, Joe, for the support. Shout out to Mr. J Remo for the £5 super chat. Appreciate you, J Remo, for the support. In the sky of tech so wide, Theo flies, errors can't hide. Each bite spits with his savvy wit. Cheers to Theo, a master of his craft, making all of it fit. Bravo, that's very Shakespearean, bro. We got the Black Shakespeare up in his B, bro.
Okay,
Amazing
Jay.
poetry.
Okay, Jay, that was pretty good. That was really good. He got the lambda to work correctly from our last class, so I'm impressed with that. So that's good. He's going to go someplace. It's just a question of time.
Sugoi, Sugoi. Well done, Jay Remo. You're doing great things, man. This is a great live stream, an all-time classic, man. Hall of Fame up in this mofo. Shout out, so let me see, Mr. Twixman, the producer. So it has to be PayPal, brother. So please create a PayPal account, or please just you can actually just go on my Patreon right now and support there as well, brother. That'd be greatly appreciated. So Patreon or PayPal at this current point in time. Shout out to Mr. BLH Travels for the $5 super chat. Hey, I'm making 4,000 a month passively. That's awesome, bro. Well done, bro. Have half a brain and a balls bachelor's. Okay. Can you show me how the tech world works? I'm still as a slug, brother. Book a consultation with me, brother. ASAP. ASAP. I can help you tell you all about tech, tell you the best way to get into tech, speak to you about what me and Theo have planned. So please book a consultation with me, brother. With your passive income and you earning 120K and taking your first job, hopefully you're going to be unstoppable, brother. That'll be awesome.
Mm,
So, Theo, now let's break it down even further. Vitamins,
mm,
right?
mm,
Um, what vitamins should brothers be taking every single day, and what dosage? Because I think
mhm.
it's very important we actually look after ourselves vitamins wise. Obviously, don't rely on vitamins, take it with food, but we should be taking some vitamins, brother, for health reasons. Break it down for us, bro.
Okay, this is a big thing, and I didn't start this journey until after my wife died, and it was going to be a requirement for me to do this. So my health became by far more important after she was gone. So the first thing, okay, vitamin D. If you're black and you're living above north of Miami, you need to be taking vitamin D every day. And I mean at least 5,000 IU. Do not listen to what white people say about vitamin D because their skin is designed to absorb by far more sunlight, vitamin D from sunlight, than we are. The Irish, the redhead Irish, they can get enough vitamin D on a cloudy day, like being outside. Whereas we, black men in particular, if we go out on like in June, like the longest day of the year is usually June 21st. If we go out on a clear day on June 21st, naked the entire day, we cannot absorb enough vitamin D in a 24-hour time period. That's because our skin is built to reflect sunlight. It's the way we are. So you need to get vitamin D. When I started taking vitamin D, my life changed instantly. It was one of the biggest changes that I ever experienced. So I cannot emphasize this enough. You need to play around with it to see how much you really need per day and take a few months to experiment. I remember when I started, it was 400 IU, then went to 1,000 IU, 2,000 IU, 5,000 IU per day, then 10,000 IU. And at that time, I was definitely doing powerlifting. And I finally settled to around between 10 and 20,000 IU per day. And it matters if I go outside or not. So, strangely enough, here in Austin, it's in the summer, I usually take 20,000 IU per day because it's so hot outside. I can't go outside more than 3 minutes continuously.
Damn.
So I don't get enough sunlight. Yeah. And so actually in the spring and the fall, I usually do between 10 and 15,000 IU per day because I'm outside by far more. If I'm in the north of all things, if I'm in the north, then in the summer, I can take just 10,000 IU per day. But in the northern winters, it's 20,000. So if I'm in London in winter, oh yeah, it's 20,000 IU per day. There's no doubt because you guys are too cold. So I'm not going to be outside like that all the time. It's gloomy all the time. But
Mm,
your redheads are just fine, right?
mm.
So that's the first one, guys. I can't emphasize this enough. You've got to do that. Then the next one is fish oil. I take 2 capsules of that. I forgot how much the dosage is per day, but I do take 2 capsules of it today. I really enjoy fish oil. It does quite a lot for benefit for my body. I do take an antibiotic every day. Um, then I start taking a multivitamin, or depending on how the situation is, I take something more specific. So a vitamin K, a vitamin E, and a vitamin B complex. But normally I can get enough within a multivitamin. And I want to say, if you guys take a multivitamin, you need to look in the back with the dosage. So, for example, with a multivitamin, it says, it says, well, it has vitamin D in it. It only has like 2,500 IU of vitamin D. That's great for white people. If you're black, no way. You should have a minimum of 5,000 per day. I'm adamant about this. This is one of the things. This is one of the biggest outrages that I've ever seen related to slavery. So, as far as I'm concerned, we black people, we don't need remittances or like money from the government based upon slavery. We need free vitamin D. Like, just give us that. It's that important because that we're actually suffering. A lot of black people's mental health problems come from a lack of vitamin D. I can't emphasize just how important it is. So those are the big ones. I take some others as well. Taurine, I take taurine almost every day. Barbadine, I take as well.
What? What's that? Aberdeen. What's that? How do you spell,
Barbadine.
how do you spell that?
Hold on. Berbindine. I think it is. I have to go on Amazon real quick. I should go on Amazon and go look it up. That's another one that's actually useful for processing various things inside my body. Trying to think of the other ones I take. Kind of religious. I know those are the big ones that I just take on a daily basis just to make sure. Zinc. I will take zinc every once in a while. And if it matters, I'm really exercising additionally, I'll do that one as well.
Okay, taurine.
Taurine.
What does that
Taurine.
do for you, brother?
It's basically a fountain of youth. It's one of the best. It's one of the reasons why when people say like, I'm 50 years old, I don't look 50. It's because I take taurine every day. I don't have sugar, no processed sugar, no processed food. I eat a lot of fat, to be honest, and I take taurine. Taurine is just like a fountain of youth.
Amazing. So you eat a lot of fat boys, healthy fats, right, from the keto diet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, but the big one, guys, on there is an avocado. So a lot of the snow bunnies, what they do is they have avocado toast. And I'm like, you guys are just killing yourselves. It's just super carb. You're putting your insulin up high. Why would you do that? Why would you want high insulin and a good fat? It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't, for your body, it doesn't make any sense. You want low insulin and a high healthy fat, because then it can be used properly, processed by your body. So what I do is I just put the avocado with bacon or the avocado with chicken and eat it straight. And it's wonderful. It's very tasty. What I have is it's called berberine. Berberine.
Berberine.
I take that one every day.
Amazing. Oh, this is incredible. Shout out to Mr. Technoir for the $5 super chat. Your thoughts on cognitive supplements like ginkgo biloba? Salute and support. Thank you, brother. Salute to you.
That's okay. I'm not really worried about a cognitive supplement, because if you get rid of all the carbs and the process and the sugar stuff, you're going to think really clearly. And particularly if you start getting ketones produced in your body, you can have very clairvoyant thought. If anything, I do is I take nitric oxide, NO3, and one of the best ones for that is C4. C4 is an amazing supplement to take. I love it, and it basically makes your blood flow a lot more. So C4 is good. That's if I want my brain to be working a bit more, that's why I'll take that instead. Ginkgo biloba, I took that for a while in my early 40s. I didn't really notice a difference. So it's like, I thought it was gimmicky, to be honest.
What is C4? When I type it, is that an energy drink? What is that, bro? C4?
Yeah, you can type it in. It's C4 pre-workout, and it's produced by Cellular Core. And the big thing is you need to take the original formula, not the new one. And it's basically nitric oxide, NO3. It has no carb in it, no sugar, and it makes your blood flow very aggressively. And it's wonderful for doing power lifts, but it also keeps your focus.
Whoa.
So a lot of times when I do your stream, right before I do your stream, I'll take, this is almost a 1 liter cup. I'll have 1 liter of C4. I'll just be sitting here sipping C4 during the entire live stream. Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing, brother. So when it comes to bone health, brother, keeping our bones strong,
Mhm.
obviously as we grow older, things like osteoporosis, brittle bones come in. Brother, how do you
Mhm.
keep, what can brothers do to keep their bones strong, brother, and to stop it from getting weaker and brittle, brother? What kind of supplements or food?
Um, just make sure you take your protein. That's where protein becomes very important, and that you're walking, that you're active. You need to be doing that every day. You need to be very active, and then your bones will be just fine. But if you're sedentary and you're not really that active, and you take a lot of carbs, your bones are going to start atrophying. So that is kind of a big thing to do. This is why I live here in Austin, and I know that I'm going to have to leave because, again, if you guys are in Texas, Texas is the only place where my health actually decreases in summer because it's so intensely hot. It's actually hotter here than the Sierra Desert. So I'm not built for this. I really can't take it. So my health will actually decrease in June and July because I can't walk 10,000 steps per day. It's literally impossible for me to do. So I'm gonna go back up to the north and get that done up there. My actual plan as a passport bro is to have my summers in the American North and then fall, winter, and spring abroad, like in Japan or Colombia or Brazil or something like that. Then I'll have a healthy life. It's a much better situation. Um, but yeah, having like a winter, a northern winter, or a southern summer where you can't go outside is very detrimental to your health. And being sedentary is extremely. It's like they say, it's like smoking packs of cigarettes. You don't want to do it. You actually want to be going outside and getting some vitamin D for at least 30 minutes a day. That's really key.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Awesome, bro. Awesome. So, I'll be real with you, brother. Unfortunately, brothers are susceptible to certain diseases, and a big thing that I'm seeing all over posters in the UK is prostate cancer and
Mm.
what's the other one? I think colon cancer as well. These things are affecting brothers, especially in the West, brother. Um,
Mm-hmm.
how can brothers, now I know you're not a doctor, brother, but how can brothers decrease their risk dramatically or avoid getting a disease like cancer in
I
general? But those two
one
are
of
the ones
my
that are hitting black men a lot.
one of my
Go on.
one of my cancers was prostate cancer, so I can talk about that a little bit. Again, let's put a caution on here just to protect you in YouTube. I'm talking about my experiences with cancer. Um, Please, if you think you have this or if you want to be serious about this, go to your doctor, of course, and go get a checkup, and then also get a dietitian. I'm just saying that I don't want people to go crazy over this. Um, for prostate cancer, the best way of solving it is eating organic. I'm trying to be polite. Um, Organic food and a Thai woman, or organic food and a Colombian woman or a Brazilian woman. Um, Basically, you want. This is going to be so bad. Okay, you want to have organic food, and then you want to get your groove on with a woman at least 3 times a week,
Hmm.
and you need to have like good raw banging raw dog, and um, it's something that my doctor said to me before. He said, "Get married and make sure you have a good wife, and that you don't need to use any protection. You can fire your soldiers right inside of her. You do that 3 times a week, you should be just fine." And I was like, yeah, well, I guess I got to leave the country, don't I? I guess it's not going to happen here, right? Uh, she'll find some other guy to do that with her, but it's, for me, it's gonna be money. That's it. So yeah, I would. That's my big recommendation. Um, if I were, something I had to be worried about as well, just to be honest. So if I want to live a longer life, I should probably marry Thai or Filipina in particular, because they I'm just straight out be honest with you. They'd be more than proud to be your cancer solution. Yeah, I'm serious. Particularly a Filipina, and she's like, if you use me, if you're with me, I'm gonna make it so you're healthier and you're not gonna have cancer. Okay, my hips are up in the air. Go for it. That's how they are.
Damn.
Um, so yeah, they're happy to please. So you want that kind of spouse. If you're not able to fire your soldiers the way you're supposed to, then it gets the quality of the experience goes down, and it does impact your prostate to some degree. So yeah, you want you basically want your prostate to be firing. That's it. It's, it's what
Mm,
that's what it's all about.
I see, brothers, man. Damn, yeah, man. I need a chick, bruv. ASAP. I need a
Yeah,
chick, man. Bruv, IP's
yeah.
ready to be taken by a beautiful woman who's hopefully a virgin. Um, believes in the Lord. I need that, bruv. I've been single for a long time, biding my time, building myself up. I need a chick, bruv. ASAP, man. Man,
Yeah.
the Lord will provide a way, man. That's what I can say. But I need a chick, bruv. We all need,
I
and you
talked.
feel,
Yeah,
come on, bro.
I'll just say, like, I talked with one girl from Ukraine about this kind of situation, and she said, like, if you're my wife, I legally speaking, like you can control if I have cancer or not, like what's going on. And she was like, yeah, go ahead and fire all away. I'm fine with it. So I thought that was funny. She's so cute when she said that too. So yeah, we need girlfriends. We do need it. Um, it's something that's really important, and part of the reason why I had prostate cancer was that not only was I what can I see? Not only was I eating organic, but I had watched my wife die, and because of that, because it was so traumatic, I didn't have any sexual urge at all. So
Mm,
I went for quite a while with nothing going on downstairs. And I was in my late 30s, and that was entirely unhealthy. So, yeah, my doctor was like, "Yeah, of course you got cancer. You have like all these problems going on in your life. You're not going out and getting laid. You don't even care. You're not being normal." It's like, what else is going to happen? You're going to get cancer. You get prostate cancer. So, um, you really do need that woman around. Yeah,
bruv.
it's true.
So, oh man. Now, follow up question about mental health, right? Um, I think obviously the stigma has gone away from it. I think I do believe in mental health. I think it does exist. I feel like us as black men, we've been through a lot: slavery, trauma, Jim Crow, institutional racism, hatred
ABW.
towards us, ABW, applying to jobs where we know we're qualified, but the white person gets it or the Asian person gets it because we're black. Not being promoted when we work hard, in these corporations, but the white person can do a quarter of our work, get promoted, get the praises. That can mess you up mentally, man. You kind of feel like, man, what's the point, bruv? What's the point? You start thinking. Then we got like dependents that for us, obviously like um, when it comes to wealth disparities, black people are at the bottom of the totem pole. So I find like a lot of black men in the UK have to support their dads and mums in old age, and they can't build wealth there. That brings more stress, man. So
Mhm.
how can brothers look after their mental health, brother? What do you suggest, brother?
I suggest I had since 2012 I've been in therapy 3 times, and it's life changing. It's really important to go, and I'm pretty much done right now. I'm done. Like it's like I've been completely healed. Um, and ever since I was a younger kid, I was always at least taking notes down and being honest about my emotional situation and writing down things that were complicated and trying to figure out ways of getting through them in a very honest way. So what I say is, if you suspect you have any problem at all, like any kind of trauma, any kind of experience which is above board, where either basically you said, "What else can I do about it?" and you kind of just walked it off, or it was so it was so horrible that you didn't cry, but you kind of looked back and said, "Why didn't I cry? I should have cried over that, like a normal person would have cried." If you have any kind of experience like that, you need to go get a therapist and start talking. So it depends on, of course, the cost. You in the UK, I believe you do, again, that's a part of your social services, right? Get health, I believe you get mental care with that. In the United States, you have to be a little bit more careful because it can become pricey. So you just want to find somebody you trust and find somebody who's a specialist in your area. And then you need to go through at maybe 1 hour a week, maybe 1 hour, 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, something like that, and try to slowly unravel the problems that you have. And you should be fine. But mental health is crucial. And if you do it, again, I say mental health in combination with vitamin D, man, your life is so much better. It's wonderful. So do it. Be honest about it. Face the demons. It'll be fun.
Awesome. Thank you, bro. Fantastic, man. So we're up in the 1 hour mark. We're gonna get the phone lines open up there, brother. Any other health tips you recommend, brothers, in terms of diet, in terms of improving themselves physically, mentally, health wise?
The big one is visceral fat is a problem. That's my problem. I've got a lot of visceral fat. So I've got fat along my stomach and I've got fat in my internal organs. That's a killer. And I am working very aggressively now to get rid of it. I gained my weight after my second therapy. My second therapy was it was absolutely horrible. I'm glad I faced it, but what I faced inside of myself was very dark. And it was right after that time that I took the black pill. And so I didn't care about my health, to be honest. I didn't care if I gained weight, and I did. And it was literally because the monitor in my head for me to lose weight and maintain myself was just turned off. And I was facing like reality, and reality was horrible for me. It was just this was absolutely brutally horrible. And so if I gained 1 stone, I didn't care at that time. If I get another stone, I didn't care. It was fine. So I'm still working through that, getting my weight off from that time period. And I just say, like, guys, if you guys can work with a mental health professional, and then make sure the fat from your stomach is as low as possible. That is so important. That will prolong your life a long time period. And again, make sure you're going to the gym at least 5 times a week. That's it in a nutshell. And you'll be okay. Don't do drugs. Don't drink alcohol, or at least not in excess. If you do drink alcohol, make sure it's a clean alcohol, not stuff with a lot of crap inside of it. And try to have a good outlook in life. But I guess all of us here, almost all of us here, are taking the Crimson Capsule. So I would say face reality, and face reality with women in the West, and then try to go abroad and actually be with women who are women. And if you do that, you'll be with natural state women You could have a natural long-term relationship with a woman who actually loves you for you, and you will function correctly. So she'll make you food, but you'll also, you'll be less likely to eat something like a Dorito or a potato chip or something like that, or go out and like have McDonald's. You're not going to be doing that. You're going to be eating normal food, healthy food, and you'll have healthy relationships with people, and things will go well. A Western woman who cannot cook, says somebody else can cook, is going to ruin your life, ruin your health. You can't be with that kind of person around. That's just not possible. So don't even consider. Just go to another country, get a woman over there.
Amazing. Mr. Twixman, the producer, what kind of
Hmm.
smoothie do you have? Do you agree with that, brother? Turmeric ginger, do you have that as well, brother?
Yeah, yeah. So that is actually very good. Turmeric ginger with your smoothie is good. One of the things that I do, like I'm going to do tonight, I'm out to make it for tomorrow, is I do tea, sometimes green tea, sometimes another form of tea, with turmeric, ginger, lemon, and then also apple cider vinegar.
Oh,
And I chill it. I try to get it as cold as I possibly can. This is for my taste. I'm just saying this is for me. I get it as cold as I can because apple cider vinegar is horrible. It's disgusting, but the health benefits of it are beyond comprehension. So I try to drink like a glass of it in the morning and a glass at night before I go to sleep. If you do that, it regulates the amount of sugar that's in your bloodstream, and it removes inflammation. It is a lifesaver, and it'll prolong your life. It is a very good thing to do. So I highly recommend it. That's a really good thing to do. I thought that was be a little bit too technical for the stream, but I'm glad you actually said that because it's one of my practices.
amazing, man. Amazing. Hey, brother, this is another classic live stream, brothers, man. Another classic, man. Incredible. Brothers, I mean, I think we are the most genuine passport bros on the internet, without a single doubt. I mean, we are actually giving you, brother, solutions. We want you to live great lives, to get into IT. There's a lot of resources here for you, brothers. The Patreon, the consultations, the conferences, the Python classes. Man, we put in work, man. And all these other dudes want to hop on the bagwagon, cap, sell, brother, sell these dudes' dreams. We're not doing that, brothers. We are living the dream. All right. We are giving you solutions, you know. And we gotta thank Theo for what he does, man, and give Theo his flowers, man. You know, Theo is Theo is just a magnificent man, really, right? And I appreciate him every single day. I think every second I
That's true.
speak to Theo, I'm just grateful because I didn't have someone like this when I was growing up, man, and you brothers do. So please, let's cherish
Sure.
Theo in the live stream chat. Thank you, Theo, bro. What was we saying?
Yeah, it just took a long time for me to learn, and this is not only from my international travels, but a lot of this came from Japan and me learning this, and also with my Japanese wife, and she was very health conscious. And when I was in Japan, I was much thinner than I am right now, and I wasn't strong. I didn't have as much muscle. I have way more muscle now because I did powerlifting in America. I didn't do it in Japan, but I had my BMI was much lower in Japan, and that was because I had that diet. So hold on. In Japan, I had fish every single day, and so I had fish and vegetables and brown rice, and that is one of the best diets you can possibly have. It will keep you not only satiated, you're not going to really be tempted to eat some crap, and you don't need sugar, and it is really great for your blood, like for your insulin levels, and it'll keep you thin. And I know some people like Obsidian. That's the kind of vegan he is. He's the only meat that's considered to be meat. I'll consider fish to be meat, but the only kind of like animal he eats is seafood. And I really recommend it. This kind of diet. So when I ate this food with her, one of the things she said to me all the time was, "Theo, you look thinner. You're thinner and you're younger. You look younger, and it's because of the Japan diet." And if you were in America, you would not look like you do right now. And I was like, yeah, I was like, when really? But she's like, yeah, it's really because of Japan. And I have to thank her for that. That was really correct. And the richer I become, the more of that diet I do as I can in the United States. It's harder to find wild caught Atlantic um, seafood or wild caught. You don't want it farmed because farmed seafood usually has a lot of estrogen in it, and you don't want the estrogen because that'll do a hormonal imbalance and it'll give you cancer. So I don't do that at all. But if I can get wild caught salmon and tuna, and then some others like sardines, there's other fishes as well. If I can get those, and then normally because again I come from Japan, I eat a lot of my food raw, a lot of my fish raw. If you can do that, it's a wonderful health benefit to you. I cannot even begin to say just how useful, how great that is, and it'll keep you looking young. So one of the things I say, definitely try to do that if you can. Not everybody can do it, but if you can, go for it.
What kind of foods, right, cause a hormonal imbalance in your body that we should avoid completely?
Um, Anything that's estrogen related. So one of them is, which irritates me, but is tofu. It does create an estrogen response inside your body. Just so you know, I love tofu, especially being in Asia for as long as I was. I usually had at least 2 squares of tofu per week. That had to go. The next one is going to be any kind of animal or fish that is basically like caged. So you don't want to have caged chicken. You don't want to have caged cow, and in particular fish. You do not want that at all because what they feed. It's the food they give it, the animal. The food they give the animal usually has estrogen in it, or it'll create some sort of estrogen imbalance. And that's also usually because the food is GMO, and also it has some sort of like pesticide or some sort of crap they put on there that they don't really talk about. And you put that crap together with like GMO and other sources, it's just bad for your body. It creates a poison inside of you, and it'll create estrogen and also do cancer. You don't want that at all. You want it to be natural. So you want like a chicken that's like out on a farm eating worms or eating whatever naturally. That's what you want. That's good. Same thing for cows. Same thing for your fish. You just want your fish out in the middle of the ocean, doing little fishy things, and you're my dinner. Like that's what you want to take. You want real animal. If you do that, you'll be in a much better situation. And then also, again, I cannot emphasize the health benefit of avocado. My goodness, avocado is good. I love avocado. I have 1 avocado per day. It's mandatory. Moderates my sugar in my body quite well. So basically, it gives me low sugar, which is what I want. So again, it's expensive. This isn't cheap at all, but the health benefits you'll have are just huge. I can't emphasize it enough. It's just really wonderful.
So, brother, essentially, right, when it comes to avoid hormonal imbalance foods, buy organic chicken, organic fish, everything's got to be
Mm-hmm.
organic. That avoids it.
Yeah,
Um, can
yeah,
can a woman eat tofu, or should that be avoided as well? Like you have a foreign girlfriend, can she eat tofu, or no?
yeah. They can do it because it's estrogen.
Hmm.
So as long as it's not too great of an imbalance, they should be just fine. It won't produce. It shouldn't produce a cancer based. This is where I would say at that point, do go to a doctor for that one. Um, I was looking at when I was doing this research, particularly when I had cancer, I was looking at estrogen imbalance for men regarding this kind of food sources. So it's what I'm want to put that on there in case somebody comes back and says, no, no, no. Well, I wasn't looking at it from a woman point of view. I'm not a woman. I'm a man. So I'm thinking about it from a man's point of view. So yeah, I know the foods I can eat. Women have a little bit different. I would say probably for them, this as long as they don't have an estrogen to testosterone imbalance, so they don't have something that's producing too much testosterone, which in that case would be a juicing, taking steroids. That's the kind of thing they should avoid because they can produce cancer as well.
Amazing, amazing. Hold on, got a super chat here. Shout out to Mr. Jane Outlander Archive for the $110 super chat. Appreciate you, brother. He says here,
Thank you.
you never see passport sisters trying to help each other like this in terms of health and making six figures, and yet we're always the bad guys. Yes, indeed, they're a bunch of fools. These passport sisters, forget about them. They ain't going anywhere. We're going somewhere. That's why we are. This is the best Passport Bros channel without a single doubt. I don't care what anyone says, man. We ain't playing no games out here, brothers. Awesome.
Yeah. Well,
awesome.
Let me talk about that real quick. One of the reasons why this is important and why Passport Sisters fail in this case is because they're not putting in terms of health, they're not putting in the proper practices. So what I'm saying to you, for example, guys, is go to a farmer's market, buy organic, go to the source. Eat your food this way. Well, if you do this naturally in the West and you get to know your food, well, when you go abroad, you'll be looking for organic sources of food, like I was when I was in Brazil last time. So I found farmers markets and I went and bought organic food from them. It was very easy for me to tell which food was organic or not. You can usually tell by the shape and the color. If it's smaller and it's not as expressive in color, it's probably organic. So if it's big, it has a really strong color, it's probably GMO. They did something with it. So if you get to have that pattern, then when you go abroad, you can have your water the way you should. You can have your food the way it should be, and you're probably going to maintain a healthy lifestyle. One of the things I do when I go abroad, exactly when I was in Brazil, is I go to a gym. I get gym membership. I go to CrossFit. I make sure that I'm healthy, right? So I have this patterns because I was doing this in my own country first. So I go abroad, I do it over there. It's just the same thing. Well, a lot of these sisters cannot cook at all. So when they go abroad, they can't cook either. They don't know how to procure food. They don't have the skill set. So they're still eating crap. Well, guys, just straight out, why would you want to be with a foreigner who can't cook and is going out all the time? Makes no sense. So just on the cooking level alone, you're gonna get trashed. Whereas when I was in Brazil and I was at the supermarket, the organic section, and buying food and being intelligent about it, I had women eyeing me all the time. They were really impressed. I actually knew what to do with my food, and we just exchanged some ideas. And one of the things I got to learn about how to do different Brazilian spices and put them into the food and to spice it up a little bit better, make it a little bit organically friendly, organically tasty. That's something where you learn. I learned how to use papaya, cook with papaya and chicken a lot better. You're not going to see a sister doing that. So yeah, of course they're not going to integrate. They're not thinking about their health at all. Us, since we're going to be out there, and when we go to another country, eating organic is about, I'd say, 60% cheaper than it is in your Western world, at least. When you go there, you might as well just continue being healthy, and you're going to want to do it. So this is another reason why we win abroad, and they do not.
Let me ask this, brother, right? So where do you buy your organic food? I'm guessing, are you a Whole Foods person? Is that where you go to normally? Whole Foods? Oh.
Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, and then I go to markets. So usually they have Saturday markets, usually the city, at least in the United States. So you identify your farmer market, and then you go out there. I usually ride my bike out there and buy my food that I need, and then come home and chop it up properly. And then for the beef is where I get particular about, because cow is a big source of crap. Like there's something false in there. There's some sort of drug, something they've injected inside that cow before it gets butchered. So I'll go and talk to the farmer directly, and then sometimes I can get shipments of meat to me like every Monday or every Friday or something like that. The same thing for fish. In some places, I can arrange for a weekly like automatic delivery of that organic food to me, and it's pricey. This is something where you need to have a little bit of money to do this, but the health benefits are beyond comprehension. It's so good.
How do you know in the farmer's market the vegetables that are organic? Do you speak to the farmer itself? Is it organic or
Yeah,
is it labeled? Is it
yeah.
labeled there organic? It's labeled on the thing. It's organic or
It's
okay.
it's labeled organic, and then you need to go talk to the farmer about the food itself. Like when you say it's organic, what do you mean? Like how do you define organic?
Hmm.
Are there any pesticides around this food? Did you put anything false in there? I want to know. Like with this, did you use the same farming practice from like 500 years ago? Like, is this really safe and reliable? And they'll tell you the degree to which it's organic and what their definition of organic is. And from there, you can make a proper decision.
What's your definition of organic?
Like 500 years ago, literally.
Okay.
Like
Hmm.
there's nothing fake in there, nothing processed at all. They didn't use any weed killer around it. Like if it's like in a greenhouse and it was just like water being put on there, but actually natural water, not with fluoride or something kind of from the city hall, from the city being processed kind of water, just natural water source, insects being involved inside regarding pollination, and there's nothing fake inside the soil, and no pesticides, nothing like that. As long as that's there, okay, it's probably organic, and it probably 3 or 4 times the price. I don't care. I'll pay for it. It's yummy.
Wow. Looks like I need to make that trip to Whole Foods for the first time ever. Man, it is what it is,
Whole
man. Whole Foods is
the
expensive though, but damn.
the corporate headquarters of Whole Foods is here in Austin. It's where I actually go shopping for at Whole Foods. Sometimes it's 8 times more expensive than normal food.
Damn.
Yeah, it's you get used to it. You're like, okay, fine, I'll pay for it if I want to.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, that's where you got a super chat IP so you can eat. He's hungry. He can't afford organic. Well, get him some organic, or else he's gonna have to have these horrible like sandwiches in the UK, and then he has to have fish and chips. And the amount of crap inside of fish and chips is just amazing. It's like a poison cell. So that he has like a pint of beer with that, his life's expectancy is gonna go down. That's why like fish and chips is only good if you're on vacation and you're just doing it for a while because you know this is horrible food. You should never eat fish that way, and you should never eat a potato that way. Never. It's just so bad. What you should do instead, which I see some people doing in America, is okay. What I do is I have my fish. I'm gonna eat it raw. If you're not eating it raw, then bake it. That's fine. Bake it. Don't put anything else on it. Just bake it with some like natural flavorings on it, and then get a sweet potato and bake the sweet potato. Don't fry it, but just bake a sweet potato. You do that in combination with some broccoli, woo, man, that's like a supercharged food. Your body will
Mm.
be so happy to have something like that. That's yummy. That's some good stuff. That's like what I ate in Japan. That's some good food. But you don't hear people talking about that. They're talking about French fries. French fries are death sentences. The oil that's used in there will kill you. The process, like the temperature of the food itself, mutates it into something the body can't properly use and process. Then you might have something else in combination with it. It sits inside your stomach, basically unable. Your body cannot process it at all. So your acids take a while to actually break it down, and almost always it goes and it becomes visceral fat, unless you don't have that much fat anyway. But it becomes basically fat inside your body automatically. That's something my dietitian always said to me. Says, don't even go there. Just if you have that potato, make sure that it's organic and you bake it. But one of the best ones to do is do sweet potato. This is what I did in Japan also. Bake your sweet potato and have it with some of your organic foods. It is healthy. It is good. It's yummy. It's the way to go.
Okay, so before I open up the phone lines, brother, seasoning. So what's the healthy way to season your brother? I ain't keep it stacked, brother. I gotta season my food, bro. I ain't no Becky. I ain't no Brad. My food best be seasoned, bro. I ain't none of that, bruv. I'm a black man. I need my food seasoned, brother. So I need my potato seasoned. I need my sweet potato seasoned, and I need my chicken, my fish, my lamb seasoned. How do I healthily season my food, brother? Is that organic seasoning, or does it not matter, brother?
You can do some organic seasoning, but what I like to do, you're gonna think this is bougie, but I learned this in Japan. Actually, I learned this in France, to be honest. Um, Go out and get the ingredients like tomato, onion, or all organic, oregano, basil, um, onion, all those kind of things, and go home and chop it up.
Damn.
And then you simmer it in an olive oil. If I use oil, it's either going to be olive oil or coconut oil. Those two I use them. I might use them in combination. So put your seasonings in there, and then when you cook your food, use a little bit of olive oil, and then put a little bit of vinegar, organic vinegar on top of it, and then use just a Japanese product called pons. I put a little bit of ponzu on top of it, and then whatever seasoning I made over to the side that I grilled a little bit, I put that on top of the meat or the vegetables. It's perfect. It goes down really well.
Is that a ponzu sauce? Ponzu.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I thought, but that's got soy sauce. I thought soy sauce ain't good for brothers.
Little bit, little, not much, just a
Okay.
little. Yeah. Remember, I'm still Japanese. There's still a little bit of soy sauce. I'll have like if I'm having sushi, I guarantee there's some soy sauce going on.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm not gonna totally get rid of it, but yeah, it's just really, really small amount of it, and then it'll go down.
You ain't gonna eat it raw like without any flavoring like Becky and Brad. Shout out to
Huh.
Mr. Zane. He says here the matrix is so messed up. I agree, bro. He says here you gotta break the
Mhm.
bank to read through. Yeah, that just tells you
Yeah.
that the system here is purposely done this way. It is literally
Hmm.
to to break you down, and it's also to get rid of poor people and just
Hmm.
make their lives miserable because there's no in a right thinking world, how can the healthiest foods be expensive but the bad foods be the least expensive? That's the agenda right there, brothers, to destroy you
Yeah.
internally, make you sick, and then make you go through the hospital bills, take money away from you. That's messed up, bruv.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that. It is totally messed up. When I came back to America and I saw the food, one of the things I thought immediately was that the American system is designed to make sure people don't retire. So they keep on working and they die before they're 60 years old. Like my mom died before she was 60. It was because of her diet, 100%. So, like, they just basically don't want you getting Social Security or anything like that. They want you going to the grave as fast as possible so you won't be in the hospital incurring bills. And then they want another worker in place. That's it. Whereas Japan, they have television programs about how to eat good food. I'm serious. It's normal. I watch it all the time. Sit there and watch them eating, and they're talking about how to eat actually organic food. This to me is normal stuff. In fact, sometimes I'll just go back like Fuji Telebi. I just go on the Fuji Telebi from time to time and go watch it again. Just very normal way of doing things. So yeah, the fact that again, this is Essentia, right? This is a liter of Essentia. A
Mm,
liter of Coke is cheaper than a liter of water.
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. Doritos, a pack of Doritos is cheaper than cantaloupe. Like here, like we might say a melon, like an orange melon. I don't know what you call it in the UK, but here it's a cantaloupe. Um, right now, a cantaloupe is $16 for one,
Cantaloupe.
and I was like, yeah, it's like the orange melon. That's
Ah,
kind of
cantaloupe.
like
Yes.
this.
Mm,
Um, It's $16 here in Austin. When I was growing up, it was $2. Now it's $16. So you can basically buy cookies that are cheaper than a melon. And then
That's
the price of avocado, even from Mexico, organic, started going to $3 per avocado. That's nuts. That's some crazy stuff. But processed cereal, you can get processed cereal less than $3 a box. Not with the sizes, but you can get it in that price point. That's sugar.
mm.
That's not food. It's sugar. And I'm just like, yeah, you guys are trying to kill us. Yeah, yeah. This is
I want to say
anyway.
some. I want to say some wild things about America, but I'm going to keep it PG. I do believe that the country of America, they are the forefront as to a lot of things that are wrong in this world. You
Yep.
know, the healthcare system, you know, the food system, just profit over people. I don't get down with that. There's a lot of things I don't like about how they do things there. I don't know why it's such a.
Mm-hmm.
I want to keep it very PG because I have a lot of things off. I want to say off my chest about America.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's not fair in that country at all, bruv. How can the
It's
most nutritious food be expensive and the
yeah.
processed food are a lot less expensive? That's done on purpose, bruv.
You notice in America to have a woman in your house prepare organic food herself as a member of the family for her family and live in a house, not renting, but live in a house that she owns or like owns with her husband. That is now becoming a pipe dream.
Damn.
And in the 50s, that was what we called normal life. And it's one of the reasons why I'm a passport bro. This is another big reason. Because when I was in Japan, if my wife were cooking, she was cooking organic and she was cooking it lovingly. And she would tell me about different things about what was necessary to cook Japanese food, which really helped me out. And of course, I mean, she went to the store, or I went to the store with her, and we bought the food and we walked it home and we had our own house, right?
Mm.
And for the most part, Americans cannot have that. Um, Ordering out food, I can't believe how much Americans order out food. I'm just like, what the heck? In Japan, at least if you're going to go out, like you get food outside your house, for the most part, you go to a restaurant. You don't order out. Like that's the industry really isn't there, except for Domino's. That's like something different from Pizza Hut. That's there, but outside of that, you really don't have food delivery. So yeah, we go to a restaurant and then we see the food prepared in front of our eyes. So it's kind of like a home food in the restaurant and home food that we make. It's pretty much the same kind of food. Whereas in America, no way, it's all processed crap. And the woman isn't cooking it at all, and then the guy isn't doing it either. A lot of times, you're eating a lot of crap. That's gonna put you right to the grave. This is ridiculous. So, again, my little critique about this. You really, again, if you're going abroad, you're not drinking Coke so much. You're not drinking soft drinks. For the most part, you're drinking tea, right? A lot
Mm.
of tea, organic tea in particular, and water. Those are the two that you're going to be drinking primarily. You're not going to, also coffee, of course. But having sugar water, But in the West, it's almost always, I thought when I was growing up, drinking Coke was like normal. I was like, man, I was killing myself. I didn't understand it. So,
Damn.
water.
Thank you, bro. About to open up the phone lines real quick. Shout out to Mr. Intellect for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you, brother, for the support. Super sticker Intellect in the building. Salute to you, bro. Much appreciation to you, brother. Hope you're well. Thank you, bro, for the support. Mr. J Bones back in the building. What's up, J Bones? Thank you very much for the $2 super chat. Theo and IP, hope you cool. IP, yo, that thumbnail pic is wild.
Yeah, I like that thumbnail pic. I was thinking black man with a blonde. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I like.
I mean,
It's either the black man with a blonde or a black man with tie. Okay, or like dark Latina. Yeah,
I mean,
I'll go there.
I thought I'd pay homage to you with your obviously your blonde bombshell that you got, brother, from Eastern Europe. So I thought you might like that picture, brother.
Mm.
Shout out to Mr. Let's go. So that is all the super chats so far. Thank you for the support. Let's open up the phone lines. So, brothers, if you have any health tips, if you have any questions about Theo, about health, this is the live stream for it. So let's not waste any time speaking about Keisha, Becky, whatever crazy things are happening in America right now or in the West. Keep it on track. Let's get this. Let's have a very informational live stream. This is exactly what I'm talking about, man. Now, I've learned a lot, Theo. Tomorrow I'm gonna go through my cupboard and throw away a lot of foods that are just nonsense, and maybe I probably have to restructure my budget for the month to incorporate more organic. Right? It's gonna
Mm,
be expensive. It's gonna be a bit more, but health is wealth, man. And maybe I've got to make some
mm,
cuts to other parts of my life. It is what it is, man. It's the way the system is. Now, hopefully, one day it changes because there's no way on this earth should healthy, nutritious food be more expensive than processed crap.
mm.
Something's wrong there, man. Something ain't right there. Swear down, bruv. The system's got to change.
You'll if you go straight organic, you'd be surprised how clear your mental health becomes right after that, and things start going disappearing. So that's one of the first things I just say. Just get rid of all the processed crap in you. So sometimes you guys see a thumbnail. I have a different thumbnail when I was younger, and that's when I went in Japan. I in particular went like 10 weeks without any sugar at all, even in Japan, which is rare. I didn't need that much, but I did only water and nothing processed, no processed. I like fried chicken in Japan, nothing fried, nothing like that. And I lost like 60 pounds in 4 weeks. So yeah, I got really thin after I lost my wife and got buffed again, and it was because of my diet. So, but anyway, guys, call in. Let's have a conversation. Let's have some fun with this.
Let's have a conversation, brothers. Let's have a conversation. Mr. Fives, can you turn your camera on in the background so I know you're not a troll? Theo, how many gallons of water do you drink a day? How many cups? A lot of water, I'm guessing.
I drink a minimum of 5 liters per day. So I'll say it in the U.S. way. So this is 4 liters, and then one of these. This is usually how much a minimum I drink per day.
Damn. Hold on. Let me go drink some water, brothers. Give me a second, yeah?
Yeah. So
I'm taking
usually,
it seriously, bruv. Hold on, brothers, yeah?
so usually this, for example, this cup, I usually use some sort of a thermal, and it's cold. So I keep this in the refrigerator, and then I keep cold water. I just put it in here, and it's cold longer, and I just drink this down. So right when I wake up, I usually drink 2 of them. I also drink 1 at night, and then I drink 3 more during the day. There you go. You need water. There you go. Don't drink too much. Okay. What are you doing, IP? Are you humping the water? I know it can't be that not that big of an opening. All right. Yeah. I just go ahead and drink it every day.
Oh, man.
Don't do it that way.
That PU. Damn, that PUSSI was good, bro. Kidding, that was water. Keeping it PGIP, keep it PG. All right, let's get cracking, man. So let me bring in Mr. AJ
Fives.
in the background. Let's go. I'll bring in Fives after. Hold on, Fives. Let me bring in AJ. AJ, you got your camera on? Thank you, bro. Let me bring in AJ in the background. What's going on, AJ?
I'm good, man. How are you? Can you guys hear me?
I'm good, brother. Fire away.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, I did miss most of your thing. I was actually doing some studying and just happened to caught the last end. But I do think this is a good stream as far as talking about health. when I was doing my training earlier, I was getting trained by somebody that's like, by a female, but older. Noticed he didn't have no ring, looked unattractive. And I was like, well, this is what you choose, huh? But I can understand though. I'm on Theo's friends list, so you see some of my pictures. I'm the guy that does all the upside down push-ups, whatever you call it. That's me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I retired from the military, and I can understand like how it is just trying to maintain your shape because of work. You consistently putting stuff on you all the time. You got to negotiate like either get some sleep or you study or whatever. So it is hard. So I can understand for some people why they choose not to work out, but you definitely got to look at your diet first. If anything, that the diet is a pretty big deal when it comes to staying in shape and stuff. And just a little bit info, they're putting more restriction on food, putting in more chemicals and stuff, replacing meat with plastic meat. So yeah, maintaining your health is vital.
Yeah, this one of the things I say is the standard is, was it recognized as meat? Was it recognized as food at least 200 years ago? In the way that it's processed, you can't say, for example, steak was recognized as steak 200 years ago, not the steak we're eating now. So you have to make sure that it's organic, that it was done correctly. The same thing, like I would say, like for a Twinkie, I love Twinkies, but they're deadly. Twinkies didn't exist 200 years ago, and the Twinkie you have now will exist 200 years from now in the current form it is. It doesn't biodegrade. So that's another thing you look at is the food that you're getting, does it actually rot? Yep. If the food that you're eating does not rot, don't eat it.
Yeah. And I mean, the other challenge for people too is like trying to buying organic stuff costs more. You're just talking about that. I saw that earlier. And I do agree, like, eating healthy, it's going to cost a lot more. But, something you got to...
It costs at least twice as much.
Yeah.
Minimum twice as much. But it's worth it. It's so much better, and it's so much tastier. Yeah. I don't know why people don't do it. I just prefer to eat my food normal. So my big recommendation to you guys, like, don't buy your food at Walmart. So Walmart's a death sentence, so don't go there. Actually go to your smaller markets, buy it from people local. It's going to be more expensive, but it'll be by far better for your body.
Last thing I would add is, like, when it comes to cooking too, like, I'm a single guy. I cook all my food, but I have I stick to certain food. So I consistently cook certain things, over and over. Maybe like sweet potato and sweet potato beef, or maybe I cook chicken with. Usually I cook the chicken in soup, but I don't have like a variety of things. I just kind of keep a small selection of things that I make over and over using healthy products. So that's how
you want to get the variety in your vegetables. So something that the Japanese do is they try to get 7 colors of vegetable per day. That's actually a hard thing to do. Yeah. I try to do at least 3 colors per day. So I did it today. I did broccoli, onion, and green pepper. Right. So you're just trying to make sure you have 3. Well, actually, the green pepper and broccoli are both green, but okay, I don't care. There's red peppers in there as well, so it's okay. You just want to have 7 variations if you can. The meat source should be the same. It doesn't have to be exotic. Man, it's the more regular it is, the easier it is for your body to process.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
Awesome. All right, thanks for that, AJ. Stay on the line. Thank you, brother. Let me bring in Mr. Fives, and even Brock, you'll confirm. I'm gonna bring you in after Fives, bro. Give me 1 second. What's going on, Fives?
What's going on, yo? IP, were you drinking the Nile, bro? You good?
I'm good, brother, man. So, man, that box that this chick was giving me was so good as well. So drinking my water and getting the box from a bad B, It was amazing, brother. I'm kidding.
Dear
Ooh,
God.
keep it PG, IB, keep it PG, keep it PG. Go on, fire away, brother.
So just a bit of background about me that y'all probably didn't know. When I was in the military, one of the things that they assigned me to do was I was a physical training leader, which meant that anybody, it didn't matter what rank, who was out of shape, it was my responsibility to get them back into deployment ready shape in order to, do the mission basically. What I found when I took on a project to make a nutrition guide for these people, because as we all know, the eating portion is way more important than the physical portion. What I found is that once it was completed and once I submitted it up the chain, they basically hid it. Like they put it in an area where like nobody could see it, and they barely mentioned it when they talked about nutrition. They were just like, "Oh, we're in Germany. Eat your bratwurst and eat your schnitzel and drink your beer and just have a good time." To the point where we were having so many people. The only ones that didn't need the training after they got out, like 6 months later, were the people in my group, because I was like, "Yo, we are going to be doing the exercises, and I'm going to be doing them with you." Like the quality of the food is just so unbelievably bad when you go into supermarkets and stuff. That's crazy. I do have a couple of points, but the only one I'm going to mention for now is about fasting. I noticed that y'all didn't talk about fasting. Fasting.
I did.
Yes,
I did.
Oh,
I
did?
talked in the beginning. Yeah. So I talked about the window. I try to eat all my food within a 4-hour window. And if I get really, like, if I need more protein, if I'm really winded because I did a big superset, then I eat all of my food within a 6-hour window. That's usually what I try to do. But I'm about to hit a 3-day fast, actually, myself.
Right. So that's more of what I was about to kind of weigh in on, is not necessarily in the intermittent fasting, which does work and it is a good thing. But when I was around a lot of Indians who went to my university before I graduated, they would go on fasts like 7x the 3-day fast you're about to go on. They would go on like 15-day, 20-day, like sometimes upwards of like 23 or 24 days. Like it was ridiculous, to the point where they would break their fast and they would come out way healthier. Like they had the highest grades, they ended up doing the most activities, and they were extremely strong for what you would think a person would be. Like you would think they would come out weaker, but they actually come out more lean,
stronger.
Stronger,
yeah, nimble, yeah, because you get the ketones, and your body knows it has to act in order to get food, right? So it gives extra energy. It actually makes it into yourself into a much more leaner, more aggressive hunter, to be honest. So that's why it's actually better for you. For example, if I have a big interview, I'll fast the entire day.
Yeah, but
make sure I'm more on point.
Yeah, but in the last thing I was gonna say is just it does strike a chord with me, because every time I tried to fast, when I came back to America and I started working on my MBA and stuff, every time I tried to do something healthy for me, you notice that the people around you are like, "What are you doing? And when's the last time you ate?" I was like, "Oh, I ate like yesterday at like 3 a.m. because I'm starting my fast." And they're like, "What's a fast?" And I explained it to them, and they're like, "You are torturing your body." And I'm like, "No, I'm not. It would be torturing my body to eat all this unhealthy crap that you guys want, all the pizza." Right. That's why they have the pizza parties and the donuts. It's the entire culture has revolved around this toxicity. It's bad.
Yeah, because that processed carb is just a sugar, and it actually is addictive. And this is something I noticed, like when I started doing keto, and also when I went back to Japanese food. So the American food is just designed to make you keep on eating. And that's because processed food, in particular sugar, is addictive. It's actually a drug, as far as I'm concerned. So you want that hit again and again. It's like donuts, anything that's processed, you can't get enough of it, and it'll lead you to an early grave. So it's not what we're supposed to be doing at all.
Yeah, awesome. And I'll hold my tongue for other guests.
Yes, stay on the line, Fight. I'll come to you later on. Thank you, brother. Shout out to Mr. Gavin for the £2.60 26 PayPal donation. Thank you, bro. He says here, great content, IP and Theo. When is Theo's AWS class opening up for registration? I'd like to join. That's a question for you, Theo.
You have to go to the conclave. You have to be in association with the conclave. So you need to send me an email so I can at least send you the form letter, and it gives you all the instructions about what you're supposed to do. It's not, the class 5 is not like the other classes. You actually have to do a bit more of a participation, and then you also have to buy the Azure DevOps Lab. So yeah, it's a little bit more structured than it was last time.
Okay, awesome, bro. Thank you very much. Shout out to Mr. Ayisa A for the $4.99 super chat. Thank you, brother, for the support. Theo, can you post the vitamins and supplements you mentioned, please, in the
Sure.
chat when you get a chance? Fantastic.
Sure.
Awesome. Great. So let me bring in Mr. Eben Brook. Chainbreaker, you confirmed. Give me a second, brother. Eben, give me a thumbs up, bro. Can I bring you on with your camera on? Is that okay? Thumbs up. Camera on, is that okay? Give me a thumbs up, bro. Okay, awesome. Let me bring in Mr. Eben Brock, sorry. What's going on, Eben?
What's going on? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, brother. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Awesome. Mr. Roth, I was inferring about your IT classes and when you're offering them, and what are the steps I need to take, and where is the site that I need to go to in order to get enrolled in your classes on IT?
So join IP's Facebook group and then contact me from there, and I have a form letter for that, and you can get everything. I actually have to send it like an information pack for you to actually do that. So that just ping me on Facebook. That's the easiest way for me to get you the information.
What's your name? Is the same name on Facebook, Theo Roth?
No, it's Theo Sekyung. But just are you in IP's group?
I am. The thing is, I am in the group, but not a lot of notifications and whatnot. And usually,
That's fine.
I find
just in his group. I'm definitely in IP's group. So just search for members. Let's search for Theo. You'll find me, and then just send me a messenger and say like, "Hey, I'm here. I talked to you on IP's channel." And I'll be like, "Okay, I remember you," and then I can go over to my form letter and send it over to you. And you've got everything in one pack, one hit.
All right. Is it cost? How much does it cost?
There's a cost. It's all on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It matters if you attend the conclave or not. So it's not a monthly cost. So basically, you have to go to the conclave, and we have to meet you. Or if you do a virtual pass, you can do that as well. And then, but once you're out of that, then every month there's not a monthly cost. You're in the class. That's it. You just keep on going. So it's actually on a month-to-month basis. It's actually pretty upfront. So it's not that hard to do.
All right. And is it possible that once I learn all this stuff, I'm a big proponent of going into business myself.
Brother, you got any questions for regards to health, brother? And the live stream topic, brother, please. If not, that's no problem. You can reach out to Theo directly,
Okay.
please, brother. This is a health live stream, brother. We have to keep on top, okay?
All right. Well, health-wise, I am a dialysis patient, and I am working on my health constantly. And like you said, the food here is just everything here is designed to keep you at a lower state of vibration. So,
my mom was on dialysis also. I know what you're talking about. That's not fun at all. So yeah, we need to talk because you need a remote job. You don't want to be on dialysis and going into an office. No way.
At all. And my overall goal is to be healthy enough and heal and never do this again.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that, brother. Hopefully you do heal. It's a shame you're going through that, bro. I've read about it. I hope things get better for you, brother. I really do.
It is. I just use it as motivation, to fuel my workouts and my exercises.
Okay.
Yep. Good. Good.
Awesome.
I like that.
Thank you, Eben. Much
Thank you.
appreciated, brother. Shout out to Mr. J Remo for the £2 super chat. Your view on TRT and hormone replacement therapy.
Okay, so TRT, that's testosterone replacement therapy, and then the other one's hormone, basically testosterone, pretty much the same thing. I've heard mixed views about this. I would love to do TRT. When I was on lead attorney, I said I was going to do it. I've gone back and forth between this and my oncologist to see whether or not I should really do it. Basically, to be honest, just straight out to be honest, if you just walk 10,000 steps a day, make sure you never skip leg day, and put your weight down to where it's supposed to be, you might be a little bit heavier because you have muscle mass, which is, you take that into consideration. But if you're basically as weight the way it's supposed to be, you don't need TRT because your body will naturally produce enough testosterone, and you'll be just fine. So basically, if you're taking TRT, it says the family jewels will shrivel up and die. I know guys who are on TRT who are totally 100% happy with it, and they're going crazy. So they're in their 60s, they have bodies like they're in their 30s, and let's say the women in their lives understand that they've got a 30-year-old in bed. That's how that stuff goes down. So that's there, but you have the possibility of having a long-term problem. So it's just better to just bring your weight down. Also to take what they say is beet juice, but beet juice is just nitric oxide, just NO3, and just take that. It's just the same thing that's in C4, which is your pre-workout, and it makes your blood flow, and that's what you need really to solve a lot of problems. So do that, and you'll get a much better position than you will with TRT.
Thanks, Theo.
Can I also? Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
No, you go.
Sure.
Go on, bro.
Yeah, I did want to actually chime in because, again, my prior military experience, I have actually talked to personally a couple of people who are on TRT, and even Kevin Samuels himself was on TRT. But there's a couple of things to point out. One, Kevin Samuels had cancer when he was young, so there are factors that could later on down the line determine if you may need TRT or may need hormone replacement therapy. Particularly if you were in the military and you got deployed, a lot of those guys end up walking around with so much heavy weight that it's ridiculous that it ends up lowering the testosterone later on because they ended up having so much stress on their joints and their muscles and things like that they needed a surge at a certain point, and now your body just naturally drops to a low point. One other thing that I will mention is just, and again, I apologize if you mentioned it before too, but just your lifestyle, because at least the U.S. military has a problem with alcohol and with vaping and with just smoking and just a whole bunch of toxic stuff to just, kind of numb the pain of what they're doing. So if you can avoid all that stuff, like there was a guy, Nick Cumblas Motos, who ended up getting TRT, but he needed it. A lot of the reason was because he got deployed a lot. He ended up having a beer gut afterwards and all that stuff. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. Just being proactive about it would just nix all that.
Basically, you want to be at your natural weight, whatever weight you're supposed to be, but modify that for your muscle that you've gained. So get that. No alcohol, no drugs, nothing. Like, what about this hookah? No, nothing. A lot of water, some NO3, and suddenly, even if you're 50 years old, you've got 7 inches. Yeah, you've got no problem. That thing will just come straight up, and your blood flow will be correct, and everything is fine. You're producing as much testosterone as you need. I do not do any of that crap. Nothing, because I had cancer also. All that stuff will destroy you. So don't do it. If you want, basically, honest to God, don't skip dates. Don't skip leg day. Drink a gallon of water and go out and take a walk. That'll do by far more wonders to you than TRT will, to be honest.
Thank you for catching that, because I almost missed that. Yes, squatting, the first, second, and third, like the holy grail of testosterone boosting, just squatting with heavy weight too, like 405.
It's your legs. Yeah, you do heavy weights on there. I remember I was squatting like 3 plates and doing leg extension. When that happened, every female should have run out of the gym. I was ready to go, right? That's what it does. It produces testosterone in us. That's what we need.
So I wanted to show. I mean, I just recently came off TRT, so I can give my personal experience with it.
Sure.
I would say that I'm more of a special case though with my situation. So I was on TRT for 6 months. I recently came off it like maybe 2 or 3 months ago. I was having some side effects though. So I'm in my 40s, so I was taking TRT plus I was also taking the counter chemical so that you'll mess up your reproduction organ, so I can have babies still because I don't have no kids. And when I was on it, I was having some vision issue. So like I would see like double, and then sometimes my vision would cut out. I looked up online to see if there was anything about it. Didn't find anything. I did mention it to the doctor. I did mention it to him about a little later on, like 4 months in, because I did feel some. It did kind of help me as far as like mental, like mental attitude and stuff like that. But
I gotta get a call in. Sorry, man. Sorry, brothers.
No
thank
worries.
you. Let's move on from this TRT stuff. Thank you, man. Let me bring in Mr. Chain Breaker in the background. Chain Breaker, give me a thumbs up. Camera on or camera off? Camera on. Thumbs up. Okay. Let me bring you on, brother. Chain Breaker. What's going on, Chain Breaker? How you doing, bro?
Good. You hear me?
Awesome. Theo, let Fair Fox call in, or his question in the super chat or PayPal donation, please. So if you have any questions, you got to call in or hit your questions in the PayPal super chat donation. Carry on, Chain Breaker.
Yeah.
Sorry, IP. I do have to leave right now, so I'm just say bye to you guys.
Peace out, bro.
See ya.
Go on, Chain Breaker.
Yeah. Yeah. Want to speak to that? Eat a variety of vegetables. Eat a lot of colors, because each one has a different phytochemical, and the phytochemical, the plants get bombarded by radiation, and they have to protect their DNA. And if you eat these phytochemicals, it'll protect you in the same way. And yeah, that keto stuff, that is definitely legit. If you just a slight calorie restriction helps your liver metabolize fat directly into energy, and it like opens up a different metabolic pathway. So it's like, for me, it's like an energy drink, but so without the crash. And help me work 3 jobs at once, 80 hours a week, working full time. And I got 10 interviews lined up, just knocked out 2 interviews yesterday, no problem.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Thanks for that, Chain Breaker.
It's good, Chain Breaker. It's good. Good comment. Yeah, thanks.
Salute. Thanks, bro. Salute.
Keep it going.
Right.
Keep it going, Chain Breaker. Yeah, keep it going.
Salute, bro. Mr. Sorkin, can you turn your camera on in the background, please? So I know you're not a troll. Sorkin, Sorkin. Gotta turn your camera on in the background for security procedure. I won't bring you on. Sorry, bro. I have to. Yep. It's goodbye, bro. That was probably a troll. That's what I'm talking about. Good riddance. All right. Awesome. So let's go on for another 10 minutes. I'm gonna go. What's up, bro?
Isn't it weird? We're talking about health and we get trolls. I mean, come on. So just troll meat has a lot of protein. We get a lot of gains. It's very organic. So bring it on, trolls. Yeah, we'll just chop you up and make you into I'll have you a sushi. Put some soy sauce a little bit on that. Not too much soy on there. Good for gains.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Okie dokie. All right, so let's go for closing statements. Five, do you have any closing statements?
Yes, actually a few. So I'm going to try and breeze through these as quick as possible for the consistency of the show. One, I did want to mention how underrated yoga and stretching is. So doing those stretching and kind of like stretching out your ligaments, inversion tables, things like that, things that could supplement your growth and make your spine healthy and things like that. I definitely recommend everybody listening at least try yoga. It is not as easy as it looks at all. And like I said, the Indians that I were mentioning that do a lot of fasting, they practice a lot of yoga, which is why they live long, healthy lives. The second thing I wanted to do was basically post or tell y'all basically the supplements I personally take. Right now, I am doing apple cider vinegar, maca root, L-arginine. I go back and forth between the maca root and L-arginine. I take goat weed. I'm not going to say the first word because of keep it PG. And I take biotin. So that's basically kind of what I do. And I work out somewhere in the range of 5 to 6 times a week with Sundays off because of my religion. But the final thing I'll say is that I actually got some good news the other day. I ended up getting a way higher paying job than I had before. I do have to move out of the state of Florida to do it. But now I'm actually in what Kevin Samuels considered either the gold tier, I think it is. Yeah, because I'm just shy of I am maybe like I'm about to make like 80K or something like that, which is not bad. But again, I'm trying to do more certification so I can improve that. So I am focusing on consistent growth. And that's the most important thing with the fitness and your health is just consistently grow, because those small little habits, ignore the scale. Look at what you see in the mirror. If you see yourself physically getting thinner or physically making progress, even Michael Phelps himself said, if you miss one day, it takes 2 days to get back that one day of consistency and gains that you lost in the process. So keep at it, keep consistent, and you'll see the growth.
Awesome. Yep. Thanks for that, Fives. Much appreciated, bro. Peace out, brother. Thank you very much.
Yep. Good night, y'all.
Good night, brother.
Yep.
Mr. Ebon, do you have any closing statement?
Supplements I am taking. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. The supplements I am taking currently are, well, they're minerals. I take moringa powder, maca powder, and sea moss in capsules, and shilajit. And those are the ones I'm currently taking. I'm also looking into getting haritaki, for the brain health and whatnot.
Awesome.
Try vitamin D. I highly recommend vitamin D for you. It'll clean you out.
Vitamin D?
Clean you out.
How much? How much of a dosage? And what company would you recommend?
Any company, it's fine. Don't doesn't have to be so pure. Just vitamin D with a little bit of K3 in it, and like 10,000 IU per day.
Okay.
You'll notice within 3 days. You'll be like, wow, this is life changing.
Okay. Oh, one more. What about black seed oil?
I like it. I don't take it every day, but I do take it every once in a while. Maybe once a week. It's one of them that's there. Yeah, I like it. I'm just not as religious as it, like taurine or vitamin D. Those are big ones for me to do every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Eben, and I wish you all the best in your health, brother. Okay.
Thank you.
And hopefully you heal. Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Peace out, brother. So, Mr. Chainbreaker, do you have any closing statement? You're on mute.
Just,
Go on, bro.
yeah. Just working out, high intensity cardio. It like grows your brain as well. Um,
Mm.
so yeah, I've been getting really smarter. I've been knocking out lead codes, and plus, I've been doing the Sands Academy one, and I've done full time. Was it coding, DevOps training? And I beat all the other students, even though I work a full time job. Still
Did
beat
you
everybody.
did you get this Sans scholarship, Chainbreaker?
Yeah, still doing it. I got my first test like September 10th.
Congratulations on getting that scholarship, bro. I know it was very tough. Well done, bro.
It's
Nice.
just one book, but
Mm.
Good stuff.
yeah, that's what it looks like.
Good. Good. Yeah, I got my Sands right here as well. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Which
So,
which
yeah.
which one is that?
This is 660. It's for pen testing.
Pen testing.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can do
So
pen
this is-
testing too, but
I'm just saying, we got the same manuals. Kind of. That's a, Sands has a format of doing their manuals, so it's good for you, Chainbreaker. Keep it going. Don't stop. Right?
Don't
You're
stop,
almost
bro.
there.
almost there.
Keep pushing,
Yep.
brother. Thank you, Chainbreaker,
Yep.
and we shall speak soon. Okay. Salute. Thank you, brother. Awesome. Okie dokie. So, Mr. Theo, incredible live stream, brother. Any closing statements, Theo, in regards to any more health tips or for brothers before I let you go?
Guys, we're always in a state of trying to improve themselves. So, I mean, my BMI is horrible. I have to keep on working on every single day. I have to be way more intensive about it. Guys, don't be thinking that other people have it better than you, or you can't start, or you're too old, or anything like that. Start where you are. Start now. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. So just start, and don't give up, and eat organic. And it is more expensive, but it's better for your body. You can process a lot of stuff more in your body by doing that. Guys, not that hard to do. And the big thing that I would say as a passport bro, before we close, when you go abroad, you better find a woman who knows how to cook with normal organic food and how to flavor it properly and how to season it and how to prepare it for you. And if she doesn't, and especially Western women are usually clueless. They would rather you have, like, again, fish and chips or Doritos. That's it. And you're like, that's not life. Or like some pizza. You better know how to cook yourself to support yourself. But when you go abroad, you doubly make sure that woman knows how to cook organic food. And if you do that, you're going to have long life. You'll have a better quality of your marriage. Your children will grow up with higher IQ scores. Everything is good for you. So go for it, guys. And again, IP had a great stream. Thank you again. I think you're doing really well. So let's continue on with this. And I will see all of you guys again. All right.
Thank you, Theo. Peace out, brother. Much appreciated, bro.
Yep. See you.
Awesome. Thank you. So that's Mr. Theo Waff. Appreciate Theo for what he does for the Passport Bros. Okay, so thank you very much, brothers, for joining in this incredible live stream. As I end this live stream, I strongly encourage you to go. I strongly encourage you to go and join the Patreon right now to hear behind the scenes intel. I'm tired, man. For foreign women, make sure you book your consultation with me in regards to IT, traveling, or a personal development plan to be the best passport bro out there in whichever country you go to. Make sure you follow me on my new TikTok, and that's in the description box below. And make sure you go and follow my public Facebook page. I'll be posting on TikTok and my public Facebook page quite often. So let me just post the links in the channel for that. Give me 1 second, brothers. So here's the public Facebook page, and here's a TikTok. Go and follow both pages, okay? And go and support. Go and support. So here's a public page over here, and here is the TikTok, okay? So go and follow me on my TikTok, right? So I'll be posting on those two platforms quite regularly. So the Facebook public page and the TikTok. And I've got a private Facebook group if you want to request to join that as well. This is the link to it. Hold on. Here's a Facebook group. And here is the link to Patreon. So go and show me some love on the Patreon support. So there's a link to the Patreon. Here you go. The International Passport Patreon. And of course, if you want to book a consultation with me, brothers, okay, for IT, traveling, the Passport Bros personal development meeting, how to be a clean cut passport bro, book down a consultation right now. Okay, so great live stream. Shout out to Theo. Shout out to the brothers who hit the super chats. Much appreciated. Hit the PayPal donations. Who liked the video. Thank you very much, brothers. And shout out to all those who showed me some support. Today. Much appreciated. And thanks for those who called in and chimed in this discussion. I'm International Passport, and I'll see you, brothers, on my next video. Peace out, brothers. Salute.